Hi friends, I am Dr. Panchashila Vagmare. Today we are going to learn a poem where the mind is without fear. This poem is written by Rabindranath Tagore. This poem has been taken from the collection of poetry Gitanjali. Rabindranath Tagore has been awarded Nobel Prize for Literature in 1913 for Gitanjali. Where the mind is without fear is 35th poem of Gitanjali. This poem is a prayer for country. Rabindranath Tagore was a true nationalist. He prayed to the God that his country should be based on the principles of equality, fraternity, brotherhood, and truth. Now let us read the poem. I will read the poem and you listen it carefully. Where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depth of truth, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Now come to the first line. In the first line, poet expects that the citizens of his country should be without any fear. That's why he says that where the mind is without fear. Next, he says that the minds should be free from any fear. He expects that the people should hold their heads high. And he says that the head is held high. They must have respect. Everybody should get respect in his country. That is the prayer, that is the expectation of the poet towards God. Now let us see the meaning of the next line, where knowledge is free. The poet prays to the God that the knowledge should be free in his country. In ancient and medieval India, education and knowledge was not for everybody. A particular section of society had access to knowledge. A large section of population had no access to knowledge, which resulted into the intellectual and social slavery. The lack of education resulted into the strengthening of bad traditions like subordination of low caste people and women. Knowledge only assures the awakening of the souls. So he prays to the God that knowledge should be free. This is the meaning of the second line. So friends, let us move to the third line. The third line is where the world has not been broken up into the fragments by narrow domestic walls. The praise the poet prays that his country should not be broken into fragments of narrow domestic walls. The narrow domestic walls means the walls of caste, creed, sects. India should come out of all these walls. Then and then only we could call us a nation. This is the meaning of the third line. Now let us move to the fourth line. The fourth line is where the words come out from the depth of truth. The meaning of this line is the poet expects that in his country only truth should prevail. So he says, where words come out from the depth of truth. Once India was governed by lies, for example, it was the convention that women should not take education. All men are not equal. Some were given privilege while some were subordinated and exploited. Many suffered from the lies from the religious scriptures. So the poet prays to the God that only truth should prevail this land, and that is the prayer of poet towards God. So friends, now move towards the next line. The next line is that where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection. The poet further prays to the God that his country should strive for perfection in each and every field. His country should become the torch bearer to the whole world. His country should prosper in each and every field. This is the prayer of the poet towards God. Now let us see the meaning of the next line. The next line is where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sand of dead habit. My friends, here two phrases are important. The first phrase is the clear stream of reason, and the second phrase is the dreary desert sand of dead habit. These two phrases are important to understand in this line. The poet prays that the reason should not be overtaken by the dead habits. It happens sometimes that the traditions become watertight compartments where the space for questioning doesn't get. Then these kinds of traditions becomes mechanical. The tradition which needs mending after some time should be get mended. So the reasoning faculty of human beings should be always active. This is the prayer of the poet to the God, and this is the meaning of this line. Now let us move towards the next line. I will read the next line. Where the mind is led forward by thee into ever fighting thought and action. The poet says that the mind of his people should be large. It should accumulate in itself the diversity of the nation, of the country. The country should take birth in such environment in which freedom should be the ultimate principle of ruling. So that will be the heaven, and that's why in the last line poet says that into that haven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. He wants that his country should take birth into the freedom, in such kind of a freedom where equality should be the principle of life, brotherhood should be the principle of life, and truth should be the principle of life. Hence, the poem ends on the expectation of the poet that his country should be ruled by these principles. And dear friends, here ends the poem. I will be back soon with another poem. Thanks for listening to me carefully. Thank you very much.